learning outcomes. After studying this module, you shall be able to know what are the types of crime, learn what are the factors behind the crime, and analyze the yearly data upon crime. Now we shall start with the introduction. In Indian context, crime is an activity that involves breaking the law and enforcements. Crime is not the problem of one home or one person. It is the problem of whole society in which the human being is flourishing. It costs not only in currency every year but also represents an even greater loss in terms of human values, happiness and their morals. In recent years, the crime graph is more appalling not only in India but all over the world. According to the legal definition of crime, implies any act done or committed in violation of public law and for which the person is liable to punishment by indictment, presentment or impeachment. Crime is the universal phenomena. Its etiology is extremely complex and manifestations are varied according to time, place and the individual. It also varied with the historical periods, modes of life, economic conditions and social attitudes. Crime has been with mankind since the beginning of recorded history. Ever since man has attempted to find out the most effective deterrent against crime, society has framed theories of punishment and established the prison system to control the criminal behavior, but crime still flourishing between us. Complete elimination of crime is just like a dream. Attempts can be made to control it. Psychologists believe in the prevention of crime rather than in the punishment of criminals. Now, what are the factors responsible for crime? In this modern era, sociologists have defined that crime happens in the social structure only. They don't agree that a human being happens to be a criminal by birth. They also analytically put forth many social factors which induce human beings towards criminality by going against the system of social control. Criminologists have proved these reasons leading to crime. Hence, while studying the reasons for crime, the following factors should be considered. There are two groups of factors leading to crime. First are the ordinary factors and second are the specific factors. First, ordinary factors. These factors basically affects the whole of the society. It includes mainly geographical, sociological and psychological factors. According to geographical factors, study shows that human needs change according to the changes in seasons. For example, in winter in the European countries, the primary or basic needs increase, and if they are incapable in fulfilling their need, the individuals have a tendency to do criminal acts. Along with these factors, few circumstantial elements are also considered as reason for crime. And the reasons are, first is the family circumstances. The very important task of a family is to socialize an individual and to impart social rules and to develop the individual culturally, so that the individual becomes a responsible citizen. But under certain circumstances, this family responsibility fails and the members of the family tend to become criminals. Second is a ruined family. If in a family the father and the mother are divorced or dead or living separately, then such a family is in the ruins. The children of such family turn towards criminality. This has been proved from various researches conducted so far. Some other factors in terms of family are big family living in poor conditions, serial placement among brothers in family, fallen family, absence of orderliness in the family, and in last, the proverb, a man is recognized by the company he keeps. Now, what are the specific factors? In the beginning stage of criminal behavior, the criminal company lays the foundation of criminal behavior. As a result, an individual develops criminal behavior as his profession. Seeking for the techniques of crime and growth of mental attitude are the fruits of bad company. First, living in disorganized company. In congestion and having immoral behavior is a heterogeneous community developed due to cinema. Disorganization breeds crime. Further, in the fast growing cities, the increasing population is taken to be one of the prime factors in criminal activities. Second, movies and internet. The cinema house have become the centers of breeding criminal behavior in children of smaller age. The movies instigate sexual behavior, and getting the advantage of darkness in the theater, the ignorant children are drawn toward sexual acts. Many children visit the cinema to commit theft. Now in today's era, a new tool, internet, is available in the hands of children, which affects largely upon their mental growth and physical behavior among them. Now, what are the different types of crime? In current scenario, crime pattern has changed, due to which the types of crimes are also differing. In some crimes, only one individual is involved, and in some other crimes, there are many persons who are organized for the purpose of crime. Some crimes are done by physical presence, but in today's era, there is more prone threat by the distant crimes like internet. There are such bands of criminals working at the national level, and even there are bands of criminals whose field of crime is international. It is not only the males to be criminals, but there are females and children also in the criminal acts. So in order to classify crime, we have to consider the personality of the criminal, his purpose and the type of his crime. According to severity of crime, first is ordinary or simple crime, or serious or severe crime. And according to the purpose or objective, monetary crime mainly for the benefit of money, example theft, dacoity, fraud, forgery and online banking frauds. Second, sexual crime like rape, incest, unnatural offences like lesbianism, sodomy or bestiality, sexual perverts, masochism and voyeurism. Political crimes like espionage, treachery, treason and scams, and miscellaneous crimes like crimes other than the above three types, example arson, quarrel, fight, kidnapping or narcotics. Also, the crimes are classified on the basis of their antisocial or anti-personal aspects as under. First is murderous crimes. It is the prime need of an individual or community to be safe. Any behavior bringing the life into danger may be called as murderous crime. Example, thrashing, enforcing starvation, causing physical injuries, inducing some to suicide, victimizing or attempting to murder. Second, crimes against movable or immovable possessions. Whether for an individual or a community, the property or possessions are important. The basic human needs are food, shelter and clothing, on which human welfare, establishment and safety depends. Naturally, every community approves the legal ownership of possessions by individuals. Hence, theft, looting, fraud, forgery are crimes regarding possessions. Every human being has the right to protect the possessions. So, getting back the possessions from the criminals and punishing them were considered as personal issues. This tradition is even now found to exist among savage natives. But this system is not practicable for all the persons and hence not effective always. On the other hand, vigilance and conflict arise and the peace and the administration of the community are endangered. Therefore, crime against possessions is considered as logically coming under criminality. Individual or social welfare depends upon the peaceful running of family. Therefore, any behavior bringing the family in danger is positively considered as crime. Example, negligence of parents regarding the caretaking of their wards, breaking the traditional social concepts of marriages, having many husbands or many wives, extramarital relationships, neglecting the helpless old. Now, third category of crimes, crimes against moral values. Every organization of each community is based on certain morals, and breach of this moral faith by misbehavior is considered as crime. In various communities, there are family relations, marital relations are governed by certain moral rules. Going against these rules is condemned. Publicly displaying the nudity and showing openly the love or body attractions are definitely moral crimes. Lying, tempting for extramarital relation, including for drug addiction or betting, etc., are also moral crimes. Now, the next category of crimes, crimes against public peace and order. For the welfare and peaceful life, safety of the people in community is essential. Almost all the communities are alert in keeping their constituent institutes active, and therefore they are attentive regarding safety and order within the community. Any behavior against there is considered as crimes. Any political party's government basically considers safety and order in the community, and anti-communistic behavior is treated as political crime. Now, crimes against public health. These crimes include the activities of interference or hindrance in irradiation of the epidemics, selling of adulterated food, and selling of unauthorized medicines. Next is crimes regarding natural resources. Just as the personal belongings and property are valuable, the natural resources are also very valuable to the community. The resources like rivers, oceans, forests, mines, birds, cattle, and other beasts, and also human population are considered as the national property. Any behavior engaged in destroying the above items is considered as crime against national resources. Next is criminality types in India. According to the behavior pattern of criminals, we can explain them in following terms. First is hooliganism. Under Indian Penal Code, rule number 146, the hooliganism is mentioned. It is considered as a crime of the disturbance of public peace. When an illegal or unlawful mob is formed and force is used, then the hooliganism crime is committed. Generally, the common objective of the mob is attained either individually or jointly by using force. In such an incident, every person in the mob is considered as a criminal. Now, second is kidnapping. This crime includes the corporal torturing of human beings. There are two types of kidnapping. First, kidnapping of minors, when any person abducts a boy under 16 years and a girl under 18 years of age without the consent of parents, or a person who induces elopement by some temptation, then this crime is said to be committed. Then next is kidnapping by using force. When a person abducts another person by using force, by compelling, by deceit, or by tempting, then this crime is said to be committed. Next is murdering. Killing somebody intentionally comes under the crime of murdering. If the person committing the act knows that it's so imminently dangerous that it must, in all probability, cause death or such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, and commits such act without any excuse for incurring the risk of causing death or such injury as aforesaid, then the person is regarded as murderer. Now, the fourth type of crime, deception. When a person causes another person to part with or hand over anything or article to a third person, or if a person induces by compulsion another person to consent for the possession of a thing or article by a third person, then the act of deception occurs. Imitation, contriving to imitate and prepare a similar from an original thing or copying out the original, then the crime of imitation takes place. Using false currency, coins or forged documents come under this crime. The main intention is to deceive. Next is theft by housebreaking. If there is illegal trespassing in a house for the purpose of theft, then crime occurs. Now, what is theft? If some article or possession of a person is stolen without the knowledge or permission of the owner, then this crime is committed. Next is looting with the employment of force or beating. When there is an effort to steal, and if during the actual operation of theft a person is injured in the fight or expires, or if a person is intimidated illegally of death or refection, and if then the theft is done, this act comes under looting. Thus, looting is stealing or using violence. Next is dacoit. When 5 or more men come together and try to steal or to loot, this activity comes under dacoit. Next is dowry death. When the death of a woman is caused by any burns or bodily injury or occurs otherwise, then under normal circumstances within 7 years of her marriage, and it is shown that soon before her death she was subjected to currently or harassment by her husband or any relative of her husband for or in connection with any demand of dowry, such death shall be called dowry death. Next is rape. Man is said to commit rape who, except in the case hereinafter that he had done sexual intercourse with a woman under forceful circumstances. Next is abortion. A serious antisocial act, criminal abortion, is defined under section 312 to 316 of Indian Penal Code. Hurt. Whoever causes bodily pain or disease to any person is said to cause hurt. Next is arson. Willful and malicious burning of a dwelling or cartilage is punishable under the section of 435 to 438 of the IPC. Now, we will discuss in brief about the crime record of year 2013 by NCRB. First is violent crimes. The share of violent crimes in total IPC crimes during 2013 was 11.3%, which was 11.5% in 2012. The highest rate of violent crimes was reported from Delhi, 54.4, followed by Assam, 42.3, Kerala, 40.5, and Arunachal Pradesh, 37.9, as compared to 24.4 at All India level. Uttar Pradesh, 38,779 cases reported the highest cases of violent crimes, accounting for 12.9% of total violent crimes in the country. The total number of cases are 3,357 cases, followed by Maharashtra with 10.9%, which is 32,815 cases, and Bihar with 10.1%, which is 30,213 cases. Again, Uttar Pradesh reported the highest incidence of murder, accounting for 15.2%, which is 5,047 out of 33,201 cases of total murder cases, and the highest, that is 14.8%, 5,259 out of 35,417 of total attempt to commit murder cases in the country. Next, Madhya Pradesh reported 12.9%, which is 4,335 out of 33,707 cases of total rape cases reported in the country. 1,45,542 cases affecting body, 39,625 cases affecting property, 33,700 cases affecting women, and 81,483 cases affecting public safety were reported under violent crimes during 2013. Now there is a table showing crime cases reported in year 2013 according to NCRB. These are under different crime heads and the number of cases those are reported. First is murder. The cases reported are 33,201, rape 33,707, kidnapping and abduction 65,461, dacoit 4,539, robbery 31,927, riots 72,126, arson 9,357, dowry deaths 8,083, burglary 1,04,401, and theft is 3,72,622. Total crime against children were 58,224. Now we'll be discussing about crime against women. Andhra Pradesh reported 10.6% of total such cases in the country, 32,809 out of 3,09,546 cases. Delhi UT reported the highest crime rate, 146.8, as compared to the national average rate of 52.2. The proportion of IPC crimes committed against women under total IPC crimes has increased during last 5 years from 9.2% in the year 2009 to 11.2% during the year 2013. Madhya Pradesh has reported the highest number of rape cases, which is 4,335, assault on women with intent to outrage her modesty, 8,252 cases, and West Bengal has reported highest number of importation of girls from foreign countries, 9 cases, accounting for 12.9%, 11.7% and 29% respectively of total such cases reported in the country. Andhra Pradesh has reported 37.4%, which is 4,702 cases of total insult to the modesty of women cases reported in country during 2013. 0.6% increase in cases reported under Immoral Traffic Prevention Act from 2,563 in 2012 to 2,579 in 2013 was observed during 2013 over 2012. Tamil Nadu with 549 cases has accounted for 21.3% of total such cases, which is 2,579, followed by Andhra Pradesh, which is 489 cases with 19%. Highest incidence of kidnapping and abduction, which is 18.8%. The number of cases are 9,737 cases, and dowry deaths 28.9%. The number of cases is 2,335 were reported in Uttar Pradesh. Offenders were known to the victims in 94.3% of rape cases, 31,807 out of 33,707 cases. Among 53 mega cities, Delhi city accounted for 21.4%, 11,449 cases of such crimes, followed by Mumbai 5.5%. The number of cases are 7,946. Bangalore 4.9%, the number of cases is 2,608, and Ahmedabad 4.6%, and the number of cases is 2,449 cases. Next is human trafficking. An increase of 10.9% in human trafficking incidents was reported. The number of cases is 3,940 cases in 2013 as compared to 3,554 cases in 2012. Percentage distribution cases registered under Human Trafficking in Immoral Trafficking Prevention Act 65.5%, procurement of minor girls 31.1%, selling of girls for prostitution 2.5%, and importation of girls 1%, and buying of girls for prostitution 0.2% during 2013. 60% decrease from 15 in 2012 to 6 in 2013 of cases under buying of girls for prostitution was reported during 2013 over 2012. Next is crime against children. An increase of 52.5% in cases of crime against children was reported in 2013 over 2012. Average charge sheet rate for all crimes against children, IPC and SLL, was 83.4% in 2013. Highest charge sheet rate was reported in cases under rape, 98.3%, followed by Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, 95.1%, in comparison to the prevailing national level charge sheet rate of 79.5% for IPC and 94.3% for SSL crimes. In percentage terms, major crime heads under crime against children during 2013 were reported under kidnapping and abduction, which is 48.4%, rape 21.2%, murder other than infanticide 2.8%, procuration of minor girls 2.1%. State or union territory wise, highest percentage share of crime against children, all India figures was reported in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, which accounted for 16.9%, 14.2%, 12.4%, 11.0%, 6.4% and 5% respectively. Now the next category of crimes, cyber crimes. Incidence of cyber crimes, IT Act plus IPC sections has increased by 63.7% in 2013 as compared to 2012, from 3,477 cases in 2012 to 5,693 cases in 2013. Cyber forgery accounted for 55.9%, 747 out of total 1,337 IPC cases, and cyber fraud accounted for 38.7%, 518 out of 1,337 IPC cases were the major changes reported under IPC category for cyber crimes. 56.7% of the offenders under IT Act were in the age group of 18 to 30 years, 1,190 out of 2,098 persons, and 50.1% of the offenders under IPC sections were in the age group of 30 to 45 years, 603 out of 1,203 persons. During 2013, 21.8% of cyber crimes were reported for fraud, illegal gain, 1,240 out of 5,693 cases, followed by eve teasing, sexual harassment with 19.6%. The number of cases were 1,116, and greed for money with 14.4%, and the number of cases was 821. Similarly, in 13.2% cases of cybercrime, suspects were neighbors, friends and relatives, 749 out of 5,693. Now, in the end, summary. Crime is perhaps as old as humanity. With the growth of civilization, the concept of crime has also gone change. Every year, National Crime Record Bureau, that is NCRB, releases its compendium in which all the data regarding the crimes and its statistical analysis is presented. After studying this data, it is assumed that crime is yet not stoppable and only the mode of crime is changing, such as now there is drastically increase in cyber crimes. But despite failures and frustrations, there is always a ray of hope pertaining through the darkness. In order to establish a dynamic socio-economic order, a number of community development projects are presently applied, and this should hopefully abate social disorganization and bring about the much needed integration and cohesion.